Hello and welcome back, you guys. Now that was a performance from the Husker basketball team this afternoon. We get the decisive victory over the struggling Nittany Lions, 87 to 64. I was pretty damn close on my prediction. I thought it'd be 80 to 63. Huskers won by a little bit more than that. So just an overall solid performance. Let's get into my reactions. Excuse me. So, first things first, I don't think I'm the only one that feels this way. I love the new starting lineup. I know Burke Buchtengel was sick, but honestly, thank God, because I think Frager needs to be in this starting lineup. He adds a whole nother dimension with his scoring ability, with his athleticism, getting offensive rebounds. And he played great, 15 points, but I really like this starting lineup today. I hope we can continue seeing this starting lineup. Frager instead of Burke. Jared Garcia and Leo Curtis, it was great to see them get more playing time. It's good that Leo Curtis is back healthy from the ankle injury. Jared Garcia played his best game. He was a beast on the glass and finished with 7 rebounds, 3 blocks. He also scored 4 points. He had a few turnovers, but hey, you know what? I thought he overall played really well. Leo Curtis just finished with 2 points. Didn't have many other stats other than that. But again, I think it's important as we prepare for the NCAA tournament, the more guys we can get playing time, the better. The more guys we can get playing time, the better. And I think what we've been missing big time is depth at center and power forward. We need to continue to get Garcia and Leo Curtis minutes because I know that other guy, Iggy, is injured. I don't know for how long, but those guys, I loved that they got more minutes. Price Sanford, baby. I think he was pissed off after that Iowa performance. He didn't play well. The team didn't play well. He was freaking red hot. Finished 11 of 17 from the field and 8 of 14 from downtown. He had his season and career high 33 points, but he also finished with 9 rebounds. I loved his aggression, nabbing rebounds in this game. I thought he played, honestly, one of his top 3 best games all season. I thought the Husker defense played really well. I know, look, against Iowa, we only gave up 57 points. Even in the Illinois loss, we held them down to 70 points. But I thought overall our defense showed that same intensity they had the first 20 games of the season. We were ferocious. We were forcing turnovers, forced 15 turnovers in the game, 7 steals for the defense. So I thought everyone, not just Hoiberg, everybody played really solid on defense. Hoiberg, man, he just gets better and better. He finished with 10 assists this game. And he also had 11 points, and I thought the way he scored those points was impressive. He's the best ball handler on the team, and his ability, his quickness, first step to get to the basket and finish those layups, man, he's got great touch close to the rim. I thought he played outstanding. He also had 5 rebounds. Rank Mass, man, just continues to be a disappointment. He did take some more shots closer to the basket. He made a couple of those hook shots, but he's just still looks timid to me. He's not looking to score like he was early in the season. He passes up a lot of good looks inside. I felt like there were 3 or 4 times today he was fed the ball in the paint. He could have backed the man down and put up a hook, and instead he dishes it out for a 3. I don't know why he's acting so timid and afraid, but he needs to get back to his old self and attack. He only took, I think, let's look at the team or the Husker player stats real quick. He only took 10 shots today. Only 2 threes, which I'm okay with that, but he's got to take more shots, man. I don't know. Hopefully he can get back to his old self. The Rutgers game, I thought he played outstanding. He was back to the old rank, but ever since Rutgers, he's just not been the same. It's disappointing. We didn't need him today, but we're going to need him down the road. Let's get into team stats. Nebraska finally shot like they're capable of. 52% from the field, Nebraska shot today. Penn State wasn't bad. They shot 42%. And then from downtown, Nebraska shot 40% to Penn State's 20%. I talked in the preview about Penn State's struggles from three, and that continued. Nebraska, thanks to Price Sanford, was heating it up. Frager had a couple threes in this game. Even J-Law, I think, hit one. So overall, Nebraska shot much better. We won the free throw battle, 75%, 9 of 12 from the line for Nebraska. Not as many free throws as I would have liked to see, but we were hitting them. 71% from the line for Penn State. Rebounds, Nebraska had a slight edge. Hey, I'll take it. 36 rebounds for Nebraska to Penn State's 33. And look at the assist numbers. Nebraska's ball movement on offense was outstanding. We looked like the first 20 games of the season, Nebraska. 22 assists for the game for Nebraska. That's unbelievable. Penn State had 13. Nebraska finished with 7 steals to Penn State's 6. I thought in that first half, Nebraska still was dicking around, forcing uncharacteristic turnovers. But we won the battle. And then Nebraska had 4 blocks to Penn State's 1. Jared Garcia had 3 of those blocks. Total turnovers, Penn State had 15 to Nebraska's 11. So, again, Nebraska turned it over a little too much, but we had the edge overall. Points off turnovers. Talked about this in the preview. Was hoping Nebraska would start, would take advantage and turn those turnovers into points on the other end, and we did. 19 points off turnovers for Nebraska today to Penn State's 16. Much better than the last few games. Points in the paint, Penn State had a slight edge, 36-34. And Nebraska finished with 14 fouls to Penn State's 13. But this was a game Nebraska led majority of the game. 90% of the game Nebraska led. Largest lead was 28 points. So all in all, first half, second half, I thought this was a complete game for Nebraska, one that we've been waiting for the last few weeks. All right, Husker stats. So a lot of highlights here. I want to start with Jared Garcia and Leo Curtis. I know Curtis didn't fill out the stat sheet, but he played good minutes. We need to keep getting him minutes in these games where we're blowing teams out. Like Maryland, next home game, hopefully we can build up a good enough lead and get him and Garcia in the game, because the more minutes they play, that's going to be very valuable as we approach March Madness. Jared Garcia, 4 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks. He was outstanding on the glass. Thought he played his best game of the season. Leo Curtis, just 2 points, but it was just good to see him back getting minutes. Coming back from that ankle injury, we needed him back healthy. That's huge for depth. Braden Frager, starting lineup. He started this game. Love to see it. Hope it continues. He had a much better game shooting. 15 points. He was 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 8 from downtown. And he also had 6 rebounds. And he had 4 of those were offensive. That's why I want him in the starting lineup. His ability, his athleticism allows him to get offensive rebounds. And he can score. I mean, that's a starter. 15 points, 6 rebounds. Come on. Sanford was incredible. 33 points, his season and career high. 11 of 17 from the field and 8 of 14 from downtown. He couldn't miss. Seemed like he was 5 of 5 at one point in this game. I mean, he was red hot. He also had 9 rebounds, baby. I love to see that. Way to go, Price. Rank Mass just continues to not be the same guy. 8 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 0 of 2 from downtown. He just can't get his touch back from 3-point. And he didn't dominate on the glass. He only had 6 rebounds. So he just continues to not want to be super physical on the glass. Guys like Sanford and Frager and Jared Garcia definitely outshined him today in terms of rebounding. And I was hoping this would be ranked one of his best games of the season. So that's disappointing. J-Law was a little better today. He didn't have any turnovers, so that's good. 9 points, just 1 of 6 from downtown, but he had 4 assists. I like to see that. That's better. Sam Hoiberg, 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field. Didn't hit any threes, but he was 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 5 rebounds, 10 assists. He did have 3 turnovers, which is very rare, but he made up for it with assists and rebounds overall. And just his ability to take the ball to the rim and make those tough layups No one else on the team can do it like him. So, all right, let's move to Penn State. Now I don't know if DeLeon got hurt. I think he did because he only played 14 minutes, but regardless, Nebraska shut him down. He just had 5 points, but I do believe he was injured. He didn't play hardly any minutes. Jurich had a good game for them, the 7-footer, 13 points. He had 10 rebounds. That's on Mast. Mast didn't box out well enough today. Josh Reed finished with 11 points, 5 rebounds. And then Caden Mingo, who I talked about in the preview a lot, their freshman phenom, he's a hell of a player. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And then Meili Tunka, the Turkey kid, he had a good game, 8 points, 3 assists. So, again, they had good bench production, but they just couldn't hit any shots from 3, man. They just could not hit anything from deep. All right. Let's get to my player of the game. I got to give it to I got to give it to Price Sanford, of course. Season and career high, 33 points. He was red hot from the field and from 3. He was moving well without the basketball. He played much better. Even when they were trying to hold him and getting physical with him, he came to play, baby. It's like he listened to my last episode, just tearing him apart. He was moving very well without the ball, finding open looks, and he was confident. He came out shooting lights out. I mean, you could tell he wanted to go off and score 50 points. So I give it to Price Sanford, although Hoiberg wasn't far behind with his 10 assists and 11 points. So just a great overall win for the Huskers. It was a game we had the clear advantage. We're the better team, more talent, more depth, and we played just like it. I'm very pleased with this performance. So my thoughts heading into Maryland. We're back at home to finish out the homestand. I think just having a game like this where we get back on track shooting-wise, 40% from 3, over 50% from the field. The ball movement was back to normal. We were, 22 assists. We were finding guys open. I didn't feel like we were having, issues getting, our offensive rhythm going. I felt like right out of the gate, we were hitting shots, finding open looks. It just was better today. And I thought, all in all, what I was hoping for this, the team was taking higher percentage shots. We were more aggressive. Frager was more aggressive. J-Law, Hoiberg, Sanford, everybody was more aggressive, taking it to the rim. I hope we continue to see this same starting lineup. When we play Maryland next Wednesday, I hope Frager is starting over Burke. Please, God, let this continue to be the starting lineup. I just think he adds a whole nother dimension versus Burke. Burke can't score. He takes 4 shots a game. He's not consistent as a rebounder. He's a great defender. He's got a significant edge as a defender over Braden Frager. Frager's a liability on defense, but I'll take the guy that can score and has athletic ability and gets you second chance opportunities, and that's Frager. 6 rebounds today for Frager, 4 offensive rebounds, and 15 points. I'd much rather have that than Berke. Berke can come off the bench and give you that tough defense and get you a few turnovers and blocks. That's a 6th guy, 7th guy off the bench. So I hope we see this starting lineup continue. I want to keep seeing more of Jared Garcia and Leo Curtis. I know that's dependent on how the game's going, right? But with Maryland coming up, they're very similar to Penn State, struggling, bottom feeder in the Big Ten. They've not been competitive in conference play. I think it's gonna be another game where we get to see a lot of minutes from those two, and I think that's so important as we prepare for March Madness. The more minutes they get, the better. Huskers need to close out this homestand against Maryland, blow them out, get another solid, comfortable victory, and get ready and focused up for the LA road trip. We can't have another slip up this season. I want us to finish out our last 4 games unbeaten. It's absolutely doable. Yes, the road trip to LA will be tough. UCLA, USC are pesky tough teams, but we're the better team. We need to beat the hell out of Maryland, get ready for that road trip, and finish out the finale back at home against those stupid Hawkeyes. But we've got to finish the season unbeaten, and I'll get back to my old positive self believing in this team again. We got to do it. So no more slip-ups. It was a great performance today. We got everybody, everyone contributed. We got a lot of guys minutes, but we got to keep rolling, baby. Keep rolling. Teams are beating everybody. KU lost again today. Michigan lost to Duke. So, while I've calmed down since the Iowa game, I'm still pissed about that performance, but I've chilled out a bit. We're 23-4. We're in a great spot. I was wrong. I don't think we're going to finish with the 6 seed in the tourney. I think, hopefully a 3 seed if we can finish out unbeaten, but at worst a 4 seed. That was the emotions coming out of me when I said they'll be a 6 seed. That's inaccurate. They will be probably at worst a 4 seed. But I think it only strengthens our resume and helps us solidify and lock down that 3 seed if we can finish out this season unbeaten. So we got to continue this momentum, get everybody healthy, stay healthy, no more guys getting sick, and let's finish this thing out, baby. Don't forget, you guys, like, subscribe. Let's keep getting my subscriber count up. I appreciate everybody tuning in and leaving your comments. Keep doing it. I'll be doing a preview for the Maryland game probably Monday or Tuesday before that game, which is Wednesday. So don't forget to tune in for that. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. And like always, go Big Red, baby.